All right, good morning, POREC affiliates. This class, intensive prospecting and closing mentorship class, is significantly created for our real estate affiliates at POREC Properties Limited. It offers insightful and impactful details on how to be a successful real estate affiliate. However, to begin with, I had to put this first session, since you need to take along first, so that we can comb certain areas where certain things we need to give utmost attention to as we make good progress in the real estate industry. Okay, quickly, POREC, a company overview, POREC Properties Limited. The word POREC is an abbreviation, or is an acronym for Pluto's Optimal Real Estate Company. It's registered with the Corporate Affairs Commissions to provide all real estate services, as well as issue out authentic legal documents to all our clients within and outside Nigeria. POREC Limited is a strong and strategically positioned firm involved in offering advisory and professional services to property owners. Some persons think POREC is all about selling lands alone. We don't just sell lands. We also offer advisory and professional services to property owners, landlords, estate managers, real estate investors, property developers, and every individual who is willing to tap into the pool of profits associated with the real estate industry. So I really welcome you on board. Welcome here. This is an introductory class to the prospecting and closing class. This class is to offer an introductory approach, that is needed in order to sail better in the ocean of real estate. So I listed here qualities of a real estate salesperson, or in this case, qualities of a real estate affiliate. What are those things that must be handled or must be owned by a real estate salesperson or affiliate for such a person to have a huge success in the industry? I said the first one is build a network of connections. Now, being a good networker does not mean you have to know thousands of people and be that person who is always out and about handing business cards or flyers to anyone who will take them. But it doesn't mean that you are good at making connections. Why the fact that you don't have 1,000 contacts or numbers in your contact or persons saved in your contact does not necessarily mean that you're a failure. However, being able to make connections, organize them, and keeping in contact, it's a huge necessity for anyone who will make it big in the real estate industry. Many top real estate salespersons are expert at using social media to market their services, maintain personal connections, and network with others. These are not days when social media is just for friendship and all that. These are days when social media is a whole lot of pool, a lot of opportunities to connect with people, to make sales, to project yourself, in the world. The next thing there is expertise. Expertise. The real estate industry is always a fast-paced, ever-changing market. One of the things I've discovered recently is that to become a doctor, you go to school and spend about 6 years to practice, medical profession. To practice the legal profession also, you go to school one way or the other, you spend like 5, 6 years in school, learning the profession. However, in real estate, I found that most of the persons in real estate never had a background knowledge in the business. For instance, I'm a mathematician. My sales director at POREC Limited was a microbiologist, but then it took us time to actually, come up the ladder. We had to learn 1 or 2 things, because we have a technical person who studied real estate management on campus. So we had to learn 1 or 2 things also to match up with the demand of the market. So a good real estate salesperson must stay up to date with the latest news to effectively service clients. Continuing education and professional development are doors to opportunity that you can utilize to stay at the forefront of the real estate field. You must have that zest to continue to learn. Continuing education is a key. You must have that place of going for refresher courses, things that can help you to see in a newer way, the industry. And that's one of the reasons why this, training is put into place to offer expertise, particularly regarding sales, in real estate field. Then I talked about hustle and tenacity. Real estate is hard work. And I'd like to say that again. Real estate is hard work. Being a good real estate salesperson requires a great work ethic. You must have the tenacity to pursue every lead and also to aggressively market your clients. I was telling somebody recently, and I mentioned that one of the greatest advantage of affiliate marketing is also its greatest disadvantage, and that is independence. It is in the world of real estate market or marketing that somebody can wake up in the morning around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, wakes up and stay in bed till around 10, 11 o'clock, just rubbing the phone in the head and chatting and all that. And then he says he's an affiliate. He says he's working and he's expecting to make sales. No, things don't work that way. Being a good real estate salesperson requires a great work ethic. You must have the tenacity to pursue every lead and also to aggressively market your clients' properties in order to offer success. It is not just about putting in a lot of time. It's about working smart, putting in the right amount of time, and doing whatever is necessary to close the deal. I closed a deal, early this year. Early this year, I started pursuing that deal since 2019. The lady was a colleague on campus, finished together back in the years, and I began to market her, talk to her about buying particular land we were selling them, buy this land and all that. And it took me 2 years. At the time, she gave me an absolute no. I had to just come again and again and again and again until eventually I closed that deal. And when I closed that deal, she referred me to a friend of ours who also bought plots in that same place. So that particular deal earned me one more deal that was the person even bought more than the lady bought herself. So I pursued that deal for 2 years, but eventually it sold. And when it sold, it continues to sell. Because the person that referred me also referred me to other persons too. The person that she referred me to also referred me to another person. And that's how sales continue to happen. So also, and tenacity is not something we can put beside. Then honesty and integrity. One of the most important characteristics of a good real estate salesperson is honesty. That means that if you want to become a realtor who is known for being the best at your job, you must have the integrity to offer evidence of this claim. You don't tell people that you are selling a land and the land you are offering, the document on the land is a C of O, when the C of O is not yet even in view. That is lack of integrity. It's lack of integrity. Being dishonest, unethical, and immoral can tarnish a career fast and for good. Lie can be for years. But it doesn't matter how many years a lie has existed, it won't become true. So time does not change lie to truth. In the other way around, truth proves lies. Over the time proves lie to be a lie. A good, let's say, salesperson doesn't just sell properties, we sell ourselves. So what you put out in the market is not just properties. You are putting out yourself. You are the product. You are the product you are selling. You are the first product. If a person can buy you, he will buy anything you bring out, you bring about, if he has the capacity to do that. So what we sell in real estate is not first of all properties, but ourselves. The next thing is patience to negotiate. While having strong marketing and negotiation skills is a given, we also shouldn't forget about patience. Rome was not built in a day. You don't jump on something in one day and expect results. Sometimes, no matter how convincing you are, there are times when buyers or sellers are tough to crack. It doesn't matter how wise, how tactic you are in the business. Some persons will not just buy immediately. You need patience. And you can't blame them for that. You need patience. Because not only do you need to hone your ability to negotiate, but you must also master the art of patience. Patience is one art that is gradually fading in our world today. We live in a world of fast food. Everything is fast. But in real estate, it doesn't happen like that. Because if I want to buy a phone, just a phone, I make a lot of consultation before I bought my last phone. I made a lot of consultation, went to the internet, browsed the phone types, you compared it with other ones. The same thing. So I expect persons who want to buy land from me to also do some inquiries and researches too. So you don't, the sooner you learn that some deals are marathons and they are not sprint, they're not 100 meter race, the better you will be at closing deals within your client's desired time frame. So some deals are not just 100 meters. In fact, as a matter of fact, major deals are not deals that happen immediately. They are things that you patiently control. You patiently follow it up in your negotiation. Some of them are marathon. It takes endurance. It takes one who can last, not one who is fast. It takes one who is lasting to convert some of those deals. Then persistence. When it says persons who want to make it big in the real estate industry fail in one important aspect, as follow up. Follow up. When you fail to take every lead you get, you are less likely to become a top performer. Following up every lead is crucial in achieving success. In the future, class, as we go on in this class, I will tell us who a lead is and how to go around the leads. How to go around leads. Note, these key qualities I just mentioned, they can set you up for success as a top performing real estate salesperson. If you don't find some of those traits in you yet, that doesn't necessarily mean you aren't cut out for a career in real estate. It only means that you know where to start from. And the earlier you begin to work on those things, the better it becomes for you. Learning is a constant challenge. It's a constant challenge. A good real estate salesperson knows that great output equals great input and is willing to invest their time and energy to achieving great results. One of Isaac Newton's law of motions states that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. For every action, there's an equal. For an action to take place, there must have been an opposite and equal, reaction around it. So let's quickly take a dive into why real estate affiliates fail. Why have you not, as an affiliate, why have you not converted a sale? That's why I'm talking about failure here. It's not talking about, I'm talking about why have you not converted a sale in the past 2-3 months as an affiliate, and you're in the business and you make posts every day. Why is it that you have not had the results? So let's tackle some of those factors and look into how we can adjust ourselves, and get better in the business. No idea how to generate leads. The first reason people fail as affiliates is having no idea on how to generate leads. Now, to become successful as a real estate affiliate, one should know how to generate leads. Many new realtors assume that they will spontaneously get calls from people to sell their home. You think you just stay in your house and someone will just call you, I want to sell my house, or I want to buy a house. No, it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen that way. Most times, you've got to put yourself before the people. It's a false notion. The realtor should be constantly thinking of ways to generate leads. Otherwise, he or she will have no properties for sale. Remaining glued to the mobile phone is not a great way to generate leads. You don't generate leads by being glued to your mobile phone. You've got to, if you look at the picture on this slide, it shows metals, that contain the word, the letter LEAD. It shows a magnetic pull that is attracting it. So being able to attract lead, generate lead to force leads around yourself is a great way to start succeeding in the real estate industries. So basically, many people fail because they have no idea how to generate leads. And one of the things I'm going to be teaching in this class is how to generate leads. You need to know that. And the next one is the second reason why people fail in real estate as affiliates is no structured goals. I was saying earlier, I said the major advantage of affiliate marketing is also its major disadvantage, and that is unstructured lifestyle. If you work in a bank, you have a time you are resuming. You have somebody you give accounts to. You have somebody that checks your progress. You have somebody that checks your failure. You have somebody you report to. You have somebody that mentors you, that follows up on you, that leads you, that gives you counsel, that gives you guidance. But in less affiliate, I've seen persons who are salesperson who doesn't have any structured goals at all. And they're okay with it. They're the ones who post once in a while when they feel like they make posts. They are very passive with the business. You can't make anything good by being passive. You should constantly be analyzing your progress and setting new goals, both quarterly, yearly, and even biannually. I tell people, set goals. There's nothing wrong with setting goals. Set goals, work towards it. Someone told me when I was on campus back in the years, he said, aim for the big thing in the sky. If at all you fall at all, you fall among the brightest of stars. But have a goal. Have a goal. In the next 3 months, what do I want to accomplish? In the next 6 months, what's my goal? What goal am I setting? There's no reason asking for speed when you don't have a direction or focus, when you don't have a place you are going to. Both quarterly and yearly, goal setting offers a roadmap for future success and helps prepare any future problems. So when you set goals, it offers a roadmap for future success and helps you prepare, any future problems. The next reason why people fail, as real estate affiliates is that they chose to go alone. You chose to go alone. New real estate salespersons often feel that they can break through on their own and really ask other experienced realtors for advice. In POREC, for instance, we have a training for affiliates every week, every Thursday. And those trainings have been very strong, very impactful. But there are some persons that have never been there before. And they believe that they can make it big in the real estate industry. When you are not being trained, you don't attend trainings, you don't even ask questions. It doesn't happen that way. While this approach may work a small portion of the time, traditionally the profession requires teamwork and asking senior members for advice, especially when getting started. You've got to have senior members you can ask for advice. There are many of my affiliates who wants to close a deal and they're having troubles closing the deal. I ask them, okay, give me the phone number of the person. And then I put a call across to the person. Within 5 minutes of talk, the person, closed the deal and it became a client and he bought the product. And the guy was like, sir, how did you convert it? I've been talking to you for the past 3 months. I said, that's why I'm there for you. I'm there to help you. Because somebody was there to help me some time ago. And the seasons when I didn't have someone to help me, it was a huge problem. It was a huge headache. But now, you also have someone to help you. And that's why we're there for you. You can ask us questions, ask me questions, pertaining to your sales. I will gladly answer you. So the next thing is poor work ethics. Now, this is a major area that a lot of discipline needs to be put in place. A common reason why new real estate salespersons fail is because of their work ethic, poor work ethic. I tell people before you start an independent business, work under somebody for a couple of years. Discipline yourself. Learn the heart of the work. Even though the project permits flexible hours, the working hours are long. Real estate can be flexible, but the truth is the working hours are very long. Also, one may have to work many nights, weekends, and holidays. Think things through, innovate, look for innovative ways to solve new problems. For any successful realtor, there is no substitute for hard work. You've got to be hardworking. It's not something you can stretch your legs somehow and money will come in. It can come, but it's not the norm. It can be an exception, but the exception is not the rule. It's not the norm. Building a clientele list is an adult affair that requires time, patience, being available 24/7, replying promptly to client calls, and persistence. For those who enter the real estate profession thinking they are going to make a living working office hours, this is a recipe for failure. You don't work 8 to 4 p.m. and you think you have done what is the best. At times, it's not first of all about the long hour, it's about doing the right thing at the right time. So you cannot posture that 8 to 4 p.m. There are times when you have to be awake in the night to strategize your move, to think about who to talk to again, who to convert, who to prospect, and all that. So it's very important to have a good work ethic, as a real estate affiliate. Then the next one is unrealistic expectation. The next reason why people fail is unrealistic expectation. Some people came into real estate thinking that it's a Yahoo world where they can just talk to to their maga, and that guy will just pour out money like that. No, people don't do that in real estate. Somebody wants to buy a house, wants to know what kind of a house am I buying, what's the document on the house, what do I stand to gain, what is the need for me. Someone wants to buy a land, wants to know what is the prospect on the land. When is it likely to yield? What's like to be like in the next few years before they pour money into it? So again, many real estate salespersons enter the profession thinking that they are going to make a ton of money right away. It doesn't happen that way. It has never happened that way. It will never happen that way. Real estate business is highly profitable. However, magic doesn't do it. Real estate market is growing rapidly, and there is lots of opportunity for real estate professionals who are willing to put in the work. For it requires hard work, skill, reputation, and building a clientele list. You've got to be hardworking, highly reputable, and be hardworking, be diligent in building a list, building clientele list. In conclusion, like I said, this is just an introductory class. We'll go on into the class, as the days go by. The real estate market is huge, and there is room for most people to succeed. But this also requires hard work, lots of hard work. Real estate is highly competitive, but for those who remain dedicated, be sure that you will get a great result. The key is to be persistent, be highly visible online and offline, not just online. There are clients that you don't meet online. There are some persons you don't meet online, you've got to meet them offline. You've got to meet them where they are, meet them in their houses, meet them at the spots where they go to play, meet them at the stadium, meet them at their workplaces. Visible online and offline. Visibility online and offline is very important. And continually market in innovative ways. You've got to get innovative ways to market. New ways, devise new opportunities, new strategies. Read books. I'm not giving you some books after this class. No, read books. They sharpen your mind. They enlarge, they expand of your reasoning when you read books. Books expands your horizon. It's very important to read books. You can't tell me you're a salesperson and you have not read at least 2-3 books in the past 3 months. No, that's not a business person. That's not a real estate person. That's not a sales. That's not an affiliate that wants to make it big in the industry. You've got to give yourself to innovative ways to solve problems. The real estate business has a 2-part cycle. You enter the business cycle by going to the market to find prospects with whom to do business. Once you have found a prospect, you analyze their needs, make a presentation, and when they rise to represent them. You also need to fulfill the assignment and close the deal. Therefore, success in real estate can be summarized into 2. Now, in my 4 years of active participation in the industry, these are the 2-part cycle I've seen. When I say cycle, it's something that happens again and again. and again and again. You know, and those cycles are prospecting and closing deals. Everything that has to do with real estate sales is about prospecting and closing deals. Nothing more, nothing less. I discovered that it's all about prospecting and making deals and closing deals. So as we continue this course, we'll be discussing and focusing majorly on these two key areas: prospecting and closing deals. I'm going to tell you what is prospecting. What does it mean to prospect? How do you prospect? How do you go about, you know, sell yourself? Like I said earlier, we are not selling product. First of all, we are selling ourselves. So how do you sell yourself to people? How do you make yourself visible to people? You know, and then when eventually they show interest, that the person show interest does not mean that they will buy still. So what are the ways around closing a deal? How do you close a deal? What are the ways to close them? What are the types of closing techniques we have? You know, all those things are the things I'm going to cover and lead us through practically, you know, in this class as we go on. You know, somebody told me some time ago, a couple of years back now, said there are three kinds of persons on the earth. Said there are those who wonder how things happen. There are those who watch things happening, and there are those who make things happen. And statistics has it that 20% of the people on the earth makes 80% of the things that happen to happen. In every field, 20% of medical profession earn the revenue, you know, and 80% of the revenue that enters into the industry. The same also in real estate, also 20% of real estate affiliates make 80% of the money in the real estate business, affiliate business. It is the 20-80% principles, and it works every now and then. I've seen it working. I've seen it working. That in every industry, 20% of people in the industry makes 80% of the revenue. So it means, for instance, in POREC, for instance, we have about 90-something affiliates. And I can tell you that only 20% of those affiliates had made 80% of the money that we have paid affiliates this year. So the essence of this class is to bring you that are currently being mentored as part of the top gunners amongst the 20% that earns the next 80% revenues that POREC pays out. In the last 1 year, POREC has paid well over 2 million naira to affiliates. And I tell you that 20% of our affiliates has earned 80% of that money. So this training can up your class and make you one of the 20% who earns 80% of the revenues that comes up. So in the next class, I'm going to be continuing, you know, in this training, you know, of prospecting. Do reach out to me at any time. You know, this is our website. My phone number is here, and our email is here. You can feel free to reach out to us anytime on inquiries. And at the end of this class, we're going to be having a question and answer session. At the end of this course, we have a session for question and answer. So if you have questions, start listing them. You know, from this, what I just talked now, if you have questions, list them down, write them down. At the end of the entire class, we'll have question and answer session where it can be more interactive and all that. Thank you very much for participating in this class. Have a very good day. Blessed.